Oh, well, good evening everyone and welcome to another live stream. It's been a few weeks since I've been on the channel. There's been a lot of racing going on at the moment. One Hub Racing sort of gearing up for its new season in the next couple of weeks, and I missed out the Laguna Seca race a couple of weeks ago here on Assetto Corsa. But we're here for what is now round 4. It's my third race. I missed round 3 and we're at Silverstone for the 90-minute endurance race. There's just under 15 minutes left of the practice session, and then we'll move into a 50-minute qualifying session. The conditions, as you can see, are not amazing. It's going to be pretty heavy rain throughout the duration of this, if you like, weekend. Although we have been told that the intensity of the rain could change. It could be a period where you might have to change onto the dry tyres, even if the track's still a little bit wet, just relative on lap times really and how you can manage it. There's 9 people here at the moment. Warriors 10 joined a little while ago left, and it's just literally rejoined. So I'm hoping a couple of others do join, otherwise it could be a bit boring and a bit lonely out there. I did a few practice laps earlier. They have a session that's basically available all week with a password in it, so you can join whenever you like. And I did a few laps. I managed to do a 2 minutes 16 something or other, so that would put me around about 5th and 6th at the moment. You can see there on the car as well, slightly different change to the livery. We've chucked a bit of white in there, so pink, blue and white, very much like the Racing Point liveries in F1 for the last couple of years. We've gone for a wet setup, a wet preset, which I've then modified. You can see the traction control and the ABS on there. 30 litres of fuel, just for the practice session, because I'm only going to do a handful of laps. Probably do a lap going into the pits and coming back out of it as well, just so I know exactly where to brake in these conditions. Don't want to be doing that in the race and picking up a penalty. You can go all the way up to 120 litres, which I've checked is 31 laps, estimated 31 laps, and I'm estimating that this will be a race around about 40 laps, so I might have to do a bit of fuel saving. So I'm not planning on making a pit stop unless I absolutely need to come back on here, just check the wings, make sure that's okay. Yeah, I'll feel happy with that. So 12.5 minutes left. Take a quick sip of my coffee. Very nice. Okay, let's drive. So yeah, not ideal conditions. We'll take it nice and easy if I can. Tyres are still a little bit too cold for my liking, a little bit of a slide on there. Nice to be back in the Porsche at least. I have missed it so. Ooh. Okay. Well, as that lap's go, that was the most gingerly one I've ever done. Oh, I'm really struggling in this view. Move back to a normal view so I can see more of the car. Might be able to catch the slides a bit earlier in this view. I'm in the process of selling a house. It's going to take a few more months though. But once it's all done, I'll be moving out my little box flat and getting myself back on the property ladder. And I've already started mooching around at a few houses. Basically get 1 or 2 bedrooms because the second bedroom will turn into my man cave. And then that will be a full proper sim rig setup. And I think that once I do move on to wheel and pedal and the monitors and everything, I will probably have another go at cockpit view. Okay, first look going to be completed. We're using the old pit complex, Silverstone. So 2:18, I know I can go faster than that.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Not if I spin it. Oi, 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 oi. No, I'm not happy with these wing angles, man. So much oversteer. So I'm scared that it's not so much the throttle or the braking, it's turning in. Anyway, we're coming to the pits because I'm going to change the setup a little bit. Gives me the opportunity to try out the new pit lane at least, or not the new pit lane. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we'll return to the garage. I know to get in the pit lane now. Right, setup. Not happy with... maybe bump that up a little bit. Bit more wing. Try that. Right, get back out there again. Hope this gives us a bit more rear stability. Ha! Yeah, I knew I was going to spin there.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Warmed up the tyres nicely though. I don't really like racing in the rain anyway. I never have. Well, in this game I don't. In other games I quite enjoy it.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Okay, it does feel a little better. Oh, I'll have time for another lap. One more lap.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Well, it's very wet in this part of a track. Just back there along the Wellington Straight, it wasn't raining, and there was a bit of a racing line forming around there. It's just puddles everywhere. Okay, so we did a 2:16 in the practice session I did before this.
Session is now over.
We're into a 2:15 now, 2:15.2. So out of a 9, that puts me 6th. Feel a bit better with the balance of the car at least. Still very twitchy mid-corner. And if you take too much speed like that, you start sliding, there's absolutely no way to catch it. Especially in these cars, rear-wheel drive, rear engined, all the weight's at the back. So if the back starts sliding, then you are screwed basically.
Give it all you can.
So 15-minute session. Drop some fuel out. Looks like in the next 10 minutes the rain is going to get super wet. Only 9 people. Slightly disappointing. I am in the process of talking to another ACC league called Motive Racing. They run 2 tiers on a Sunday evening, tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 2, 30-minute races, tier 1 are an hour long. So they're not exactly the endurance races that I want, but it's all streamed on YouTube with commentators. Quite popular it seems as well. So I've been talking to them. I'm in the Discord now. I'm on the reserve list. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people on the reserve list. So chances of racing, I don't know at this point. Bit slim. I'd have to talk to the organisers and say, look, where am I on the pecking order? Have I got a chance? Because there's only a couple of races left. Including tomorrow, there's 3 races left. They happen weekly, so you know by mid-April the season will be over, and then maybe I don't know. Maybe for so many people signing up, they might have a 3rd or 4th tier. You never know. Might get my chance then. People might drop out. I might get in. So chances of racing in that league in the next few weeks quite slim, but you never know. So all I've got at the moment is the Racebook Facebook group here. Most people going out. I think I'll be doing the same in a minute. Alright, not going to change the setup. Very cold tyres, ice tyres. Targets for qualifying, I'll be happy with the top 6. Pretty confident I can get into the 2-minute 14s. But yeah, strategy for the race is going to be interesting. I reckon it'll be about 40 laps. And a full tank can do 31. That will be because of the rain. You spend more time on the brakes, more times off the throttle, more times feathering the throttle like this. So you won't be on the power as much. So you could extend that by a few laps. Ideally, if I can get away with not pitting here. Because I think most of these guys are going to be pitting. So don't be surprised if I'm very slow at the start, because I'm going to be on a full tank of fuel. These guys might be on a half tank. You lose a lot of time in the pits. But we'll have to see. If the weather changes and we're all in for dry tyres, it'll make no difference. And if anything, I'll lose out by having a heavier fuel load. Okay, out of Woodcut Corner, onto the old pit straight, which is in use for this. So this is the start-finish line. Get our first lap on the board. Aye.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Well done, mate. Your fastest lap so far.
Oh, 16.2 is crap.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Should look like being a slightly better lap. Might be in Sky 14s here if I can keep it together. Here we are, 14.4.
Personal fastest lap. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. Your lap time is invalidated. Please try to stay on the track.
Aye. Well, we might as well jump back into the pits. That'll probably be it from us, unfortunately. 5 minutes left. P8. Not great. We found time. In fact, it looks like most people have. No, not brilliant. Where am I losing the most time though, really? Pretty much everywhere. Pretty much everywhere. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh well, it can't be helped. Might as well set the car up. For the race, go out there on a full tank of fuel. Just see how it feels. Someone spun off to the left. So it's now saying 41 or 42 laps. Because now we've done a few laps in qualifying, the setup sort of reset itself. Realising that obviously we're not going to be burning as much fuel as if it was dry. By being off the throttle for so long and feathering it and longer on the brakes. So there is a possibility of being able to do the entire race without pitting. Car doesn't feel too bad actually on a full tank. Just got to tell myself in the tricky places on the circuit just to ease myself into it. Don't try and overdrive the car. Pretty much everyone's going to be planning to do at least one stop. I'm planning on a no stop here, so I've got to remember that. We'll get another run in just to compare.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
So we are down on our best by nearly a second and a half. That's to be expected on a heavy fuel run. The car does feel a little bit more planted, a little bit more balanced. The heavier weight is probably helping it, to be honest.
Session is now over.
So, at the back of the field, we're last. But we're only 5/10 away from P6. And again, like I said, there's another big old stretch. I'm planning a no-stop race. Planning a no-stop race. It's a shame there's only 9 people. I'd like there to have been more. So it's going to be a 5-minute break now before we do go to the track. Gives me enough time to have a look at my setup just again. Nope, not going to change anything. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes away, just get myself a drink sorted out, go to the toilet quickly as well, and then settle in for 90 minutes around Silverstone. Hopefully I can survive and not finish last, that'll be the target. And hopefully everyone ahead of me decides to make a pit stop or two, and I can have a clean run all the way to the flag and maybe pick up a few positions because of it.
Alright, there is some rain in this session, so watch out for slippery curves and remember to brake earlier.
So here we are then, on the grid. Let's double check the setup and the fuel. Yep. Yep. Happy with all that. It says 3.8 litres per lap. That's not correct. That will be less. So guys in 6th, 7th and 8th were around about half a second quicker than me. So I'm fine starting at the back. So a minute left, 30 seconds until we can actually go onto the grid and drive. I believe we'll have a slow little tour to the line. It's the warm up and then we'll go. 90 minutes in. It's going to be a long 90 minutes this. I'm going to be pretty knackered by the time this is finished because I'm going to have to concentrate so much. There probably won't be a lot of talking going on. Because I'm going to need to be fully concentrated here to survive this.
30 seconds.
So just make sure that everything is on. Lights on, wipers, rain light. Change tyres, no.
Go in double file.
Here we go then, boys and girls.
Green light, go, go, go.
Everyone's super cautious. Rightly so. Is he coming back on the track at some point? Fucking hell. There already seems to be two groups of cars forming here. top 4 have cleared off. 1 lap completed, Deb. Everything is so twitchy. One little overcorrection and we're all off into the scenery. Like him. God, this part of the track is so wet.
Well done, mate. That's all the best.
Car feels okay. I know the limits. Well, I'm learning the limits for sure. Whoa. Nicely saved though. Where are you going, mate? It's not the ideal line, sir.
Well done, mate.
Personal best, 2:13. So progress has been made. Pretty much a second quicker than I went in qualifying. And this is with pretty much 95% worth of fuel on board. And the two ahead of me, Swinny and the ginger one, aren't exactly disappearing or holding a good gap to the guy in P8. And Adrian Rees in 9th is slipping away. Top 4 have absolutely pissed off, by the way. Those two corners where I feel like I'm struggling the most. Well, it's those two corners where I feel like I'm losing more time than necessary.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 2.
That was nice through there. Hmm, 10 minutes into this race already. Okay, looks like the two guys behind have had separate spins this lap. They're both 10, 11 seconds behind me, that's good. And you don't have to focus on them, just focus on my own driving and keeping pace with the two cars ahead of us, which we seem to be doing quite nicely. Laps are starting to come down because our pace is increasing. The fuel burn up is a little bit higher. You almost go straight on at Luffield. So we're down to 35 laps left, bearing in mind that we're just about to complete lap 5. So I'm still on target, 40 laps. That's what I think anyway, my rough guesstimations tells me it's going to be a 40 lap race.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Got to remain calm, remain focused. I'd be very surprised if anyone here is attempting a zero stop. It might just be me, but it feels like it is. The rain is less. I mean, you come down here to Luffield and Woodcote and it's pissing down, yes, but there's other parts of the track where it was raining at the start and now it's not. I don't know. We were told that just because it's wet doesn't mean it's always going to be wet around the whole circuit. It does chop and change. And there was talk as well before this, around about the midway point, make sure you check your fuel and tyres.
To the car in front in sector 2.
Because people might need to change. Two guys in front of me have now, well, are slowly now pulling away. That's fine though, I'm just concentrating on my own shit. Have a lap down.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Lost a little bit of time at the loop. It does seem to be a trouble spot. So not a lot going on. Adrian and the bird mother Felka are now over 20 seconds behind me, consistently a few seconds lap slower than me. As I slide into Stowe, I think it's called Stowe, I can never remember. Swinny and the ginger one aren't exactly disappearing. We are sort of trading lap times here, but I think they are a few tenths of a second quicker than me. And you've got the top four as well, who disappeared at the start. They're now all spread out. You can see on the track map there on the left hand side. Bit concerned by the fuel. We've now burnt through a quarter of it. 30 laps left. If it was 2 minutes per lap, that's an hour. There's an hour and 8 to go. I'm probably going to find myself a lap down, so that will save me a couple of minutes. So it's still close. It's not plain sailing yet. Unfortunately, the quicker you go, the more fuel you burn. Ten laps down into double figures. Too much rear braking there, I think. Pretty much initial deed into that corner there. And it's lost me half a second to the cars in front.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 3.
Well, I know that, mate. Oh, this is going to be a problem. Whoa. Nicely saved. Car's acting a little bit more slidey now. I'm just going to think to do with the weather. So 13 laps done, almost half an hour into this race now. So we are on the target for doing 40 laps. It's a weird sequence of corners. I'm losing time now to the cars in front. There's a 3-car fight up in front of me though. The Black Sheep, who was with the leaders at the start, has all of a sudden started to fall back. So that's interesting. Hopefully we'll take each other out.
Losing to the car ahead in sector 1.
Something's definitely happened to the Black Sheep because Swinney and the Ginger one have now managed to pass him, and we're catching him as well. I mean, he might have had an off, hit the wall, damaged his car, that's why he's slow, or... So I'm not usually faster than him. And he's in the pits. That's the position gained, a new personal best as well. Up to P6 then.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
No! Oh, lucky there. Shouldn't hurt us too much. Swinney and the Ginger one will jump in the pits if they do stop. Adrian is 30 seconds behind me. And the Black Sheep's back out of the pits, and he now has a stop-go penalty. A 30-second stop-go penalty. Wow, his race has fallen apart. I'm in danger of having my race fall apart as well if I don't start concentrating again. Come on. Come on, car. 5 seconds at that. Another big slide, but it hasn't hurt too much. There's a minus there. If you look at the weather above the tyre graph, 5 and 15 minutes, there's a minus. So I assume that means less rain. Is that going to make a difference or not? I don't know. Definitely sliding a lot more, but it could just be me overdriving the car. Sort of lost my rhythm a little bit. I need to recapture it. Because even Adrian's taken a second out of me in the last couple of laps. Coming up to half distance in a couple of laps. Interesting to see if people start making pit stops. I reckon they will. We're doing alright though, we're hanging on. Ginger one's in the pits. So we are pretty much end of this lap will be half distance. He's only 10 seconds ahead of us. Half the race done and he only pulled 10 seconds away from us and he had half a tank of fuel. And here we are, thick boy, starting the race with 120 litres. Adrian Rees almost pits, also pits I should say. So the Ginger one back out of the pits and 53 seconds behind me. With a fresh set of tyres, no doubt. No doubt Swinney will be in the next couple of laps, maybe some of the leaders as well. Cool. Car is handling a little differently. I wouldn't be surprised if someone else out there tries to no stop. I think it is possible. That's the way we've been set up. 20 laps down, 20 to go, I reckon. Half distance, pretty much, bang on.
We are halfway through, keep it up.
Trying my best, engineer. We are right on the limit with the fuel. All I can do is just keep doing what I'm doing. Whoa. I'm really struggling around these final two corners now. I'm not everywhere else, it's just these two now. Swinney's in. P4. These rear tyres are starting to burn up a little bit. Indeed, look at the weather forecast. 15 minutes. It's supposed to stop raining. That's interesting. I can only assume that Swinney and the Ginger one, who have pitted the last couple of laps, they shouldn't be on the dry tyres. I'll be amazed if they are. If it is due to stop raining and start drying out, when's the right time to pit for the dries? I have no idea. Probably when I start hemorrhaging lap times. Oh, Charles Lemon in P2 has a 30-second stop-go penalty. Can only assume it's for speeding in the pit lane or too many track extensions. It's only 30 odd seconds up the road as well, so 30 seconds stationary in the pits and the time you lose in and out the pit lane. But the rain is easing off. So what I've got to do now really is really concentrate. We're still marginal with fuel, but if we do have to pit for dry tyres, that's fine. We can chuck 15 litres of fuel in the car, which is an extra 5 laps. That will definitely get me to the end. Because obviously, if it does dry out and lap times start improving and we're going quicker, it's a higher fuel burn. So that won't be a problem anymore. The fuel tyres obviously wet to dries. Swinney, Ginger one, I think everyone else behind us for position have already pitted once, and I think they'd be a bit mad to have put on the dry tyres now. We've got Charmless Lemon that's got a stop go. I think he's got to serve it in the next 3 laps, or within 3 laps of receiving the penalty. Got already these tyres are starting to cry a little bit, and I'm being caught probably 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds a lap by Swinney and the Ginger one behind. And these tyres are a bit awful now. Up into P3 then. Charles Lemon is in, serving his penalty. Back at 20 seconds behind me, he'll catch and pass me soon. The real battle is going to be with Swinney and the Ginger one. And what the weather does. And the Ginger one's in the pits again, so I can only assume he's making the change onto the dry tyres. The question will be Swinney. Swinney's in the next lap or two. Because they were only separated by a few seconds. So Swinney had obviously gone in. So if Swinney goes in, I'm definitely going in. Car feels crap in the slow corners. See if it is part of the circuit, it's still pretty wet. You see it's raining. But there are more and more parts of the circuit that have no rain and are probably slowly drying out. Black Sheep's in again. I mean, you know, Luffield, Woodcock, the pitch straight, Cops, Maggots, Beckett's, still very wet. Not as wet as it was before, but still very wet. I will want to throw a push through here at full race speed on dry tyres, put it that way. Swinney's carried on, he has not pitted. Charmless Levin is eating into my gap, that's to be completely expected. But the ginger one there, 26 seconds away from catching him to put him a lap down. I'm pretty sure he's on the dry tyres. And we're catching him pretty quickly. So that's telling me that Ginger one is on dry tyres and it's not ready yet. But it's not far off, I don't think. I think it is pretty obvious that we are now starting to struggle on these wet tyres. You see there, the rears are now starting to overheat. I don't think it's time just yet. Got to be patient, 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 patient. On my own race, Charles Levin is catching me very quickly. I'm going to put up absolutely no resistance. He is quicker than me. I mean, been racing for almost an hour. Whoa. He's done a pit stop and then served a 30-second stop-go penalty. So in a sense, he's done 2 pit stops, and he's only a few seconds behind me. So that tells you how much quicker he is. How much quicker he is over me. Come on, car! Oh, I'm not enjoying these conditions. Car's virtually undrivable. I'm losing so much time now. So I'm still catching the ginger one though. Swinny's catching me now though, that's the problem. Fucking come on. Sliding a car at 45 miles an hour. Really? Ah, the crossover point is going to be here very soon. Right, I'm going to take a gamble. Yep, dry tyres. Yep. Okay, there we go. So we're going to add some fuel, 20 litres worth. We're going to change the tyres onto dries. Yeah, okay, put it back in place. Right, okay, or I can actually take a minute to breathe here. So Swinny's gone through. Jonas puts us a lap down. Black Sheep will get a lap back from us.
Come on, let's go.
Okay, this will be interesting now. Is it dry enough? The temperature graph will tell us everything. Okay, a little bit of slide on. It will take a while for the dry tyres to get up to temp. Adrian is 38 seconds behind us. Swinny is nearly a minute ahead of us. Oh, we are understeering wide. Okay, it's not perfect, but I think it's manageable. What's it going to be like through here? Yeah, a lot of understeer. Okay. Now we're not spinning off, we're not falling off the track. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Adrian is catching us by a few seconds, a lap by the look of it, but okay, the tyres are still losing temperature. Come on. I had to pit. I do feel more comfortable on these tyres than I did the wets. Even if the wets are probably still the better tyre to be on. And I can turn all my bits off now. This should be my first dry lap, if you like, and it'll be interesting to see our relative how we'll go. 2:12.690 is the fastest lap we've done so far in this race, of course, on the wet tyres. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do with this. Feels about the same on the wet tyres in terms of how fast I'm going, but it does feel more stable. And if it feels more stable, it means I am going to go quicker. So, I mean, tyres are ice cold, so you can see. It's always a guessing game, this. Okay, out of Woodcote. First dry lap completed. 2:12.690 is my best. We're going to be very, very close to that, actually. A 13.1. There we go. So this is the right call. First dry run on still cold tyres. Probably should have dropped the PSIs, actually, to be honest with you. Essentially, it's the same as peak wet weather tyres, which a few laps ago I was 4 seconds off the pace of. What this will do then, with about just what was it, 21 minutes left, is it will probably almost confirm me for P5. We're extending the gap over Adrian behind, and Warriors is too far ahead. We are a lap down, unfortunately. Got enough fuel now. We have about 4 laps spare worth of fuel, I reckon, at the end. Charmless Lemon in the pits, but Bad Mother Felker in 7th is in the pits as well. They're making the change onto a dry tyres, I would only assume. Warriors 10 was in a few laps ago, so he's on the dry tyres as well. I don't think there's anyone else out there really. Well, Swinney up into P2 hasn't pitted. Leader Jonas is in again. That'll put me back on the lead lap.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
New fastest lap, 12.3. A little bit of life, a little bit of green there on the left rear starting to come in. I think if you really work the tyres, might just come in. Charmless Lemon is 25 seconds ahead of us. We're catching 2 back markers here. And Adrian Reed's in 6 pits, so yeah, we're under absolutely no threat now from the cars behind. And Swinney now pits. Well, I think that's pretty much everyone now onto the dry tyres. Might be close between me and Swinney, to be honest. I think he'll probably be about 10 seconds ahead of me once he comes out the pits.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Thank you.
This has been your personal best.
We've jumped Swinney. There he is coming out the pits. We have jumped Swinney. We're up to P3. P3. There's a potential podium here. with not long left to go. There's a potential podium here. Someone's left the lobby. There's only 8 people. I think it might be Warriors 10. I mean, he's the only name I can't make out there on that list. And I'm pretty sure he was in P2. Quarter of an hour to go. Staring at a podium here.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Gaining on the car ahead in sector 1. Well done, mate. Personal best.
Apologise if for the next quarter of an hour I'm going to be a little bit quiet. I haven't had a podium in an official race anywhere for I think a couple of years. So this will be pretty cool if I can hold on to this. Something's happened to Swinney, I think. He's 11, nearly 12 seconds behind me now. I think he's had a moment somewhere. Still getting used to the dry tyres. That might just do it for me. Might just lock us in. Another personal best.
Personal fastest lap.
There was a battle up here for 5th and 6th. Don't really want to get involved in that. See, the dry line is now starting to form. Tyres are taking a long time to warm up. No sign of rain for the last 12 minutes here. Swinney is 12 seconds behind us. Chalmers Lim is 23 ahead. Don't think we're going to be able to catch him. Getting towards the end now. I was struggling a little bit mid-race. I was struggling a little bit. There had been periods where I was a little bit quiet and just didn't want to talk too much. You might have heard a few yawns. I was struggling with the concentration. But not only have we now 10 minutes away from the end of the race, but we're staring at a podium here.
Well done, mate. You're the fastest lap so far.
The only thing that's going to stop it now really is if I throw the car off. But to be honest, we've had a very, very clean race. I'm trying to think the last time I had a podium in any sort of official series, as you bounce across the curve there. And I think it would have been back in my PSF1 racing days. And that was on 2017. That was 2017. So it's been 3.5, 4 years since I have stood in the podium in an official race. I haven't done it with one hub yet, and I've been racing there since 2019. 2018 I didn't race at all because I was commentating. So yeah, it would have been 2017. And yes, there was only 9 that started, and yes, there's only 8 left now. But there's 4 or 5 people in this race that are quicker than me, but they've made mistakes and they've made too many pit stops for whatever reason. And we've been here, pick up the spoils. Got enough fuel, tyres feel okay. Consistently setting quicker and quicker personal bests. We're going to finish on the lead lap as well. In fact, there's only 4 of us on the lead lap, and the ginger one's just been lapped for the second time, I think. That's the beauty about endurance races. You looked at maybe 15-20 minutes into the race, I was in 7th. The 2 guys behind me kept falling off the road and making mistakes, and the guys in front of me were pulling away, and it looked like, well, if this carries on like this, it's a P7. And then it starts to dry out. Someone leaves, unfortunately. So I probably wouldn't be on the podium if they were still racing.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
And then, you know, people pit. Then they got to pit again. Thomas Lemon had a stop-go penalty. But he's a very, very quick driver. And with our strategy of just going long, it has been noted within the Racebook group, you know, some of the drivers have noticed that if it's a race that's ideally for a 2-stop, I'll do a 1. Well, I don't spend any time in the pits, ever. But absolutely no damage on the car. Didn't have to fix anything at all in the pits. Which will certainly help me out in the championship.
tyres.
Five minutes to go. Probably 3 more laps. Into the 207s now. Tyres finally starting to work. Swinny's not catching us, we're not catching Chalmers Lemon. Jonas actually is only 18 seconds away from us, behind us. I don't think he'll... he's lapped Adrian. He might lap Swinney. Which will make our final lap all the sweeter. So I reckon once Jonas crosses the line, that will be the start of the final lap.
Step so far.
Yeah, it's just going to be the Jones is going to come and start his final lap in a second, I think. Just waiting for the engineer to tell me. Maybe not. Maybe not, maybe still a couple to go. That's fine though, we've got 6 laps worth of fuel. Car's a little bit battered on the front. Oh, that time's just getting quicker and quicker. It's going to be in the 205s this lap, isn't it? 205.928.
This is me, your personal best.
Jonas has lapped Swinney.
The leader has finished the race.
Timer runs out. Jonas wins the race. Swinney a lap down as well means that I could probably cruise. Oh, I don't want to do that. It'll be 41 laps complete. So I thought we'd do 40. We'll end up doing 41. Half a lap to go now. Fireworks in the distance. I'd like to say they're for me. Yes, the field is small, but there's 4 or 5 drivers in here who are seconds a lap quicker than me. A few of them managed to beat here today just by dint of just only pitting once. That's all it is, only pitting once. But this is the beauty of the endurance racing. You've got to be in the long game. You've got to be in the long haul. You've got to keep your concentration. You've got to get everything as right as you can. And we've just got Luffield and Woodcote to go. And we'll be crossing the line for a podium finish. My first official podium finish in I think nearly 4 years. I won't cry, don't worry. I'll save that for when I win a race. Out of the final corner then. Flashy old headlights, and it's a P3. Swinney and the Black Sheep were a lap down. Yeah, Swinney and the Black Sheep were a lap down. Adrian Rees and Bad Mother Felker were 2 laps down. Ginger One was 3 laps down. And back to the pits we go. We're explaining again. But there we go then, that's it. Oh, that was emotional. As we'll leave the lobby now. Oh, 90 minutes racing around Silverstone. I thought it'd be wet throughout. I thought there might be a change. Didn't expect it to actually dry up, but that was quite fun in the end. Oh, it's nice to get a podium finish. I don't know if my rating changed too much. Consistency went up a little bit in that. There's the safety. So we've got some nice 90s and 80s stats here. again. Just having a look there, just to see if I had, if I did have any messages or anything like that. I haven't. Doesn't matter. That'll all be on Facebook. Anyway. Oh wow, that was that was something. Yeah, it was nice to get on the podium in the end. I really enjoyed the last 10 or 15. Well, once Shinny, I think his name's Shinny or Shiny, whatever it is, once he obviously had a moment and was 10-11 seconds behind, I knew at that point then that the podium would mine. So the last 10-15 laps were actually quite enjoyable, probably the most enjoyable part of the race. I don't particularly like running in the rain here on a controller or a pad. It's not ideal. You want to be on the wheel. Probably if you were with a wheel it would be a lot smoother. With a pad it's more of a sharper sort of turning detection, which does make the car more twitchy than it needs to be. But yeah, there we go. So it's been a few weeks since the last league race on ACC, and it's nice to bounce back with my first podium. I don't know what the standings are like. I need to probably tell you about that on the next one. I don't even know when the next race is, but I do know it's going to be in 3 weeks. But I'll be talking about that anyway next week, Friday. I don't know if I'll live stream or not. It's the qualifying night. Me and Matt are planning on staying together again in the Haas team, but we have been given different qualifying slots, so it'll just be me on my own, and it's not the most enjoyable stream. It's basically a 30-minute practice session that you do on the game, and you go out there and do a couple of quick laps, and that puts you in whatever tier you're going to be. To be honest, it's not that exciting. I probably won't be live streaming it. Might do GTSport on Monday. I believe it's Group 3 cars around Suzuka. There's a daily race C, which is obviously the long 30-minute race, so that might be quite interesting. I quite like Suzuka, and obviously I love the GT3. As my controller there decides to what's going on with my controller, I have absolutely no idea. Seems to be causing me some issues, but anyway, yes, so the next potential live stream from me will be Monday. If not, it will probably be in a week's time as well, over the weekend. But yeah, that was a really, really good fun race. Thank you very much to each and every one of you that drops in and out, and I'll see you all for the next one very soon.